Hello, my name is Cindy, and thank you for coming to this video. This is actually my third video on YouTube today. My first video was I haven't had a video in a while, so I was just updating. The second video, I did a little intro to this new platform that's coming up that I saw on Kelly Tagg's YouTube channel, and I did link her video below that introduction. And then I reached out to Natalie, who is the founder of this new company, and she had some time today. So I'm going to go ahead and interview her. And she said that the company is, well, the launch is pretty quick coming up. So the more advertising she can get, the better. So here's Natalie.
Hi,
Okay.
everybody. Can everyone see me okay?
Hello.
Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Hi, I'm
Excellent.
Natalie. And yes, I am the owner. It's really weird saying that right now.
Yeah.
CEO of Road to Success Learning Center, and our soft launch is July 5th. I know it will do well. It's just a matter of getting the word out. And I know from personally me as a teacher who's been teaching online for over 2 years now that it's needed. It is so greatly needed, especially because, there are so many other things you can find, but I want to make this special to, special niches and weird classes that you're not going to find anywhere else, but they're very useful or things that we as adults do on a regular basis, but these poor kids who are just fresh out of high school or even college don't know how to pay taxes, don't know how to budget. Which grocery store do I go to? I want to find those classes of people being able to teach how to, budget your money wisely and what are some ways that I can start my own business or, whatever it is, life skills and Bible and languages and everything. So we are Christian based. And the beauty of this is that you're a contractor as a teacher. There is a statement of faith that every teacher does sign before being allowed to teach on the platform. But other than that, feel free to teach to your heart's content. And I want you to feel supported because I'm a teacher. I do understand when these teachers talk about this or that, from teaching online. I do understand because I am one.
Right.
I'm also a mom. I have 4 kids, and my oldest is 9 and a half almost. And my youngest just turned 4 months last week. So it's a wide range of ages and stages, and the mommy and me classes I want to offer from newborn until 2 or 3, and then go right into preschool and then elementary, middle school, high school, and even adults. I love the fact that um, God just laid it on my heart to offer classes for adults because there's not a lot out there for us old folks. There isn't. Once you turn 18, it's like, nope, all the fun goes away. I don't want that. I want to have, coffee time or, a Bible study or learn how to sew or knit or do these different techniques. My husband's a professional chef, and he's actually going to be offering cooking classes on here and pre-recorded at first. Might do some live, but he really absolutely loves cooking and that's his passion. So yeah, we just have a lot to offer and random classes too, and I love that.
Right.
So
So I'm gonna first of all, I wanted you to give a little bit of a history. Like you don't have to say everything, but like sometimes us virtual teachers, we kind of speak the same language, and
mhm.
maybe somebody who's kind of coming in and they're saying, what is this all about? What is Have you taught on virtual teaching
Yeah.
before? Okay.
Yes, I have an education degree. So I grew up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, near Hershey and Lancaster and stuff like that. So very close to a lot of historical places. And Hershey's, yes, you drive down the street some days and it does smell like chocolate if the factories are open. That, yes, it's very true. And it is the sweetest place on earth. I can't, they have a billboard. So anyway, so I grew up around here, went to college in North Carolina at a small Baptist college down there and got my education degree. I have a Bible degree. Um, but I'm using that now towards, being able to teach. I'm a sign language interpreter because sign language was one of the things that was required as part of the curriculum in the college I went to learn because it is a ministry type school. And so we were prepared for ministry type opportunities to be able to utilize those skills that we had learned. So then I came back to Pennsylvania, taught Christian school for 1 year, did not enjoy it at all. It was not, I said, what is this? It's too structured. I'm too strict, I guess. I don't know what's going on. And I'm young. I'm 21 years old. These kids are only, I taught junior high to high school. These kids are only 3 or 4 years younger than me. And so it was hard. It was really hard as a first year out of fresh meat, out of college teacher. And so I said, Lord, okay, this is not for me. So I became a school bus driver for the public school district from 2011 to about 2017 when my third child was born. So I started having babies in between there and everything. Got married and had babies, and then my third kid had what's called FPIES, which is a very severe food allergy. And he was born with it. He was anaphylactic to corn, which is in pretty much anything processed, corn syrup, no candy, no chocolate, no this or that, like literally nothing he could have because corn is in everything. So we had to make our own concoctions. So that was a really, really hard time and a fun time all at the same time. I learned a lot, and I've been able to help a lot of moms on that end with that. But anyway, so after that happened, I couldn't drive school bus anymore. And so I said, Lord, what is the next door that you're going to open? I know you're going to open it. I need to work a little bit financially. What are you going to provide? So I was able to get into Outschool. So I don't know if I'm considered pre-COVID or post-COVID because I got approved to teach in November of 19. So before COVID, I started teaching in April of 2020 on Outschool. So I'll let you guys decide that one if I'm COVID or not. So I've been teaching on my own schedule with sign language, cursive writing, and kindergarten math. I was working this past school year with an organization under Outschool, and I learned a lot of the admin side of things.
Okay.
During working with the org and what's all involved with it. And I actually thought about creating an organization at first under Outschool, but I said, as a Christian, I cannot continue supporting what they believe in. That's their choice. That's fine. But as a Christian, if I have to have my own website and my own teachers anyway, why don't I branch off? And I've been praying about it. My husband just looked at me the one day, and we have this running joke now where he's like, just do it. I said, thanks, Nike, because Nike's motto is, just do it. And so it's amazing how God has prepared every step of the way for this. And just the floodgates are wide open now. And it's just fabulous seeing, all these Christians that are coming together and just the camaraderie we have with everyone. And the opportunities I've had to meet so many amazing and phenomenal teachers on Outschool and LumaLearn and other places or Christian schools or even public schools. And I love that because, I've worked in Christian school. I've worked in the public school system. I've worked with homeschoolers now, doing it 3 years now. So I understand the umbrella scope of education to a certain degree. And I want to continue that with a Christian Perspective website because it's so greatly lacking. There's nothing out there. There isn't. And so I want to make this available to have teachers not be afraid to mention Jesus. That's my Jesus, man. He's personal to me. I want to make sure that other teachers have the opportunity to, not feel like they're being silenced or, just there's a lot of things that have happened in the last year specifically that have really given a lot of teachers and myself included in that, the hesitation, like, why would I continue supporting you if you can't support me as a Christian?
Right.
And so that's kind of the, one of the main reasons why is just I feel like my freedom as an American citizen that doesn't have the freedom of speech, even though I'm a contractor, so there's some things there that I feel like, okay, you're a private entity. You can make your decision. I'm going to make mine and, move off. I will say Outschool has provided me tons of, online teaching experience and their support team and allowing people that don't necessarily have a degree that can teach what they're passionate about. And I love that about Outschool, and my kids they take classes on Outschool. But I'm just very picky in who I choose, to allow, with these classes. And so, I'm not here to bash Outschool. They have their own company. I'm not their competitor because I am my own business. I'm focused on what God is going to allow us to do. And I know he is going to do great things through the different teachers and people that have been coming to the platform. So.
Right. So just so you know a little bit about me, that I do have a large family. I don't know if you've seen any videos on my channel or not, but I've taught for VIP Kid, I've taught for Outschool as well. And that was something that was concerning. I also am starting to get involved in a group called This Way Network, which is
Okay.
on YouTube, and it's Christians, and they're producers, and there's kind of a lot to it, but they do have shows on YouTube right now. And I was talking to one of the producers, and this is exactly what I was telling him, is I said, we need a Christian based
Mm-hmm.
organization that Christians can teach at, because there are things that we want to teach, or if you're homeschooling, you might want to sign your kid up for a Bible class, or,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing about the virtual teaching is a lot of teachers are where I'm saying they're trained, but we basically trained ourselves to relate to students on virtual. It's not like you're sitting in front of a,
Right.
classroom and you're just saying, you're being a teacher far away. It's like you are doing things as a virtual teacher to keep the students' attention. We have different, things that we can do that are different than a regular teacher, which is kind of
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Right.
And so, that's where I'm coming from. This is like something that I actually teach in a Christian school right now full time.
Okay.
So I haven't been doing a ton about school, but right now I'm doing a summer class,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have done some knitting on Outschool.
Okay.
So I would
Mm-hmm.
love to do knitting in a Christian based environment, because then you're not like, oh, I hope I didn't say it wrong. I hope I didn't say that
Casual
thing.
conversation, the way it flows. But yes, I do understand. It's yep,
But
yep.
honestly, I've met Christian kids on the platform. Not that I asked them if they're Christian, but in the
Mhm.
conversation, I know from what they say.
Well, I
And
know that in that context too, I would love for, people that aren't Christians to be on the platform, that are not teaching but taking classes,
right,
because, it could be a chance to share the gospel. It could be a chance to, show people that Christians aren't all bad.
right,
There's a lot of Christians that give a bad rap, and I don't want that to be, what our company becomes. And the teachers, I ask them some decently hard questions, and, we go through and like, how do you feel about this and that? And I want to make sure that the people I hire are going to want to be a light to this world that is so, people are searching. I've noticed since COVID started, I mean, the amount of members in churches have grown, and just people going back to church have grown, and family units have gotten stronger since COVID happened. So if there's one good thing that happened because of COVID, families are being brought back together in a lot of ways. And on the bad side of that, I want to provide moms that had just had kids. I mean, I have a 4-month old. She's my fourth kid. I get it. The postpartum depression, I had it very badly with my second child, my daughter, my first daughter. And, I never got the help I needed. I wish there was an outlet for me to reach out to somebody. And I want to be able to provide those moments where, I was telling Kelly this morning in the other interview, I said, I want to provide those opportunities for parents to be able to reach out to a teacher saying, hey, can I set up a prayer session with you and just have a prayer meeting? Just do that. Go on those rabbit trails. Go do those things that, answer the random questions that kids have, because that's how kids learn.
right,
Um, and so that's why I love academics, but my focus are not academic classes. They're the
mm,
Bible classes, the languages, the life skills, the things that people need to know how to do, but they're not being taught. And I want to, and so knitting would be one. I jokingly throw this one out there, but it's true: how to wash clothes correctly.
yeah,
Because I was, yep, I'm one of them.
yeah.
And my mom, bless her, she is the most amazing lady, but she never she was a perfectionist. And so,
Oh,
she's the most amazing cook. I love my mom to death, and we have such a great relationship, but there's some things she never got a chance to teach me or didn't have time, because they were actually, my parents had their own business growing up. So I don't know if me wanting to do this is stemmed
okay.
from that in its own way. And my husband's father actually owned his own business, construction and stuff. So both of us have had parents that have started their own businesses, and I guess we're carrying on different legacies, but in its own way. So
That is so awesome. So let's just take a minute. I think I can get this. I'm going to put this up. Hopefully, I'm on the shared screen. I want to put it up here. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, I did it. Okay. So this is the website.
Those are actually my 4 kids. I want
Oh,
to try and
right.
include them as much as possible because they're right in this with me. They're every day. Mom has another meeting. I want to make sure that they're
Oh,
involved as
right.
much as possible too. So
So the website is roadtosuccesslc.com,
hmm
and it says helping today's learners become tomorrow's leaders. Yes, that's what I tell my students
yeah.
in my in-person school. I tell them, you guys are the leaders for the future. So this is really
Once
important.
once you become an adult, you're released into the wild. Here you go.
Right. So you say that you are starting July 1st. So what's the launch look like? What do you have going that's going to come up?
Okay, so our official launch date is July 5th. So in or was it not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, right after July 4th there. And then what we're planning, I'm actually going to be opening up classes on Monday for those that are fully ready to go. And throughout next week, you're going to start to see classes opening up live. I actually want to go in real quick and show you what it looks like to open up, what it looks like for people to be able to click on those classes. So if you click on category, should be
Okay.
multi-week
Can you
in
see it?
there.
Okay, let me do the share. I think I have to do the share portion. What do I do? This is kind of new to me right here. Okay.
There you go. So go into classes or courses
Okay, is that down?
up at the top on the banner at the
Oh, at
top.
the top. Okay. Yep.
And then you should be able to click on, or should go and scroll down a little bit. And then the class there, explore the 7 habits of health or happy kids. So I mark that as paid, so you should be able to get into that. So if you just want to click on that, and it'll show you exactly what will happen after you click on a class.
Okay, so did I click on it right?
You should be able to just click on it and
Click on what? The
explore the 7 habits of happy kids.
So click on it's not clicking. It says enroll on this page.
So click the enroll button.
Okay.
It should bring up.
There we go. That says sign up.
Okay, so you might have to sign up for the website to get it to show, but within each box there with each class listed, it'll have, who the teacher is, a description about them. It'll have, more specifics about each class if you want to enroll in that. It'll tell you whether or not it's a one-time class or multi-week type class, if it's a semester long or year-long class, more school year.
Okay, the teacher, right?
Right. And so Caitlin is the teacher for that one. She's such a joy to be with, and I've loved getting to know her so far. We also have a paint class for not just kids and teenagers, but adults too. And it's a cabin in the woods. We have another teacher that's doing the book A Wrinkle in Time. And so that's another option there. There are, oh goodness, there's so many different classes. Pilgrim's Progress. Someone's going to be studying through Pilgrim's Progress. Let's see here. Music. We have the whole semester of 1st to 3rd grade music. We have Road to Kindergarten. That's a 6-week class set up for 3 to 5-year-olds, and it'll be 20 minutes twice a week, and they learn shapes and colors and different things like that. Culinary basics, animal science, all kinds of different random classes that aren't necessarily academic. But, taking animal science, it's academic, but it's also life skills, learning about animals and how they are, what kind of animal they are and different things there. So there are many, many options that you'll start to see.
Yeah. So
happening.
How do parents pay for this? Is it like weekly, monthly?
So each teacher sets their own, and in each class you'll be able to see if it's per week, if it's weekly, or week 1, week 2, week 3, and then they hit enroll, and then they can pay with a debit or credit card, and then they'll get an email notification about, hey, the class is here's the class, and it starts on this date, and you're all signed up and ready to go. And then what they would do is just log into their accounts, go into my account, and the classes will show up right there in their account, and then they can click on the one and just go to the live class. The Zoom is embedded into everything right there, and then all classes are recorded. I will say that because for just safety purposes and everything, it's just something that is I as an owner, you know, my kids were not being recorded, I would question, like, please, no, make sure it's recorded.
Yeah,
So,
so go back and
yep,
check if anything does come up that was fishy.
exactly. So,
So, what do you think as a I know that in my area a lot of people that have never done virtual classes,
mhm,
um, they're a little skeptical. They're like, "Oh, no, we don't want to do virtual learning," because you know, maybe they were in public school and then they had to do virtual. Like everybody was like forced into it. And
mhm,
if they weren't homeschooling already or they weren't used to
yeah,
it, it was a very traumatic experience.
yes.
So, how would you explain this type of thing to someone who's new to virtual learning?
Okay, so pretty much we're not focusing on the academics.
Okay.
So there's a lot of, 3 weeks here, 4 weeks here, that's once a week. So it's not pulling, all your time away. The paint classes are 70, 75 minutes long one time, so you have the ability to, it's just a one night thing. So like adults, if you have a Friday night free and she's offering it on Friday night, there you go. You can, and even if you have dates and times that you say, hey, I have this available, you can reach out to the teacher and ask them saying, do you have this available? Would you be able to have a private party set up that, everyone's paying in that way as well? You can do something like that. So it's not taking away all your time, and like I said, academics are great, but you can find them pretty much anywhere.
Right.
And, I want those other, side stream type classes that aren't going to take your time. They're reasonably priced, and you're learning new skills. It's
Mhm.
not something that you're like, should already know how to do this. No, it's basic, sign language, or it's, basic cooking techniques. My husband wants to include knife skills. What brands of knives are good? Which brand is good? How do you look for good brands of knives? Because Wusthof and some other brands have made in China on them, or other places that aren't made in Germany or Japan or wherever they're from. And so he teaches people how to look for those things, and then little nitty gritty type stuff that are just fun. And I think one word is that keeps coming up is I want the teachers to have fun, because
Mhm.
these are things that you're setting your own schedule, your own prices, class ages and sizes and all that. Have fun with it.
Mhm.
Like I said before, go on the rabbit trails, do those things. This is what it's all about. You're helping people. It's a ministry to people. And
Mm.
as a business owner, my goal for this business is to reach people. Not a robot, not a mechanical anything else or other. It's a person with
Mm.
an emotion, and you know they have real emotions, and they show those. And um and like the review system, that's another thing too. Like, I'm trying to mandate it. If there's a 3-star or below review, you have to leave a reason why, because as a teacher myself, I need to know, how can I improve? What did I do wrong? And if you don't leave a reason why, maybe I don't know. There's just a lot of things with that. But so yes, we are trying to implement certain things to include a lot of learners, to include the teacher side of things, and just mesh everything together to make it a beautiful happening.
Right. Sounds good. So what about the teachers? Like, do you, when they set a price, are you going to take a percentage for the company? That's usually what happens in virtual
Mhm.
learning. Does that work?
So the teachers can set coupons if they want to. So if you were to reach out and say, hey, I have siblings, can you offer me a discount? Yeah, sure, the teacher can do that. If the pay cut itself, though, is 70/30, that's what we do for that. Just because I have an IT girl who's a pastor's wife. She's a phenomenal asset. It's kind of funny, the story behind how she came to help work with me. We went to college together.
Mhm.
And in the alumni women's group, I had posted, or I had been thinking about officially doing this website right after my husband and I talked, and Jackie had posted on the website there, hey, I'm looking for part-time IT work. And I said, oh my goodness, Jackie, I have a job for you. It's
Awesome.
long term. It is definitely long term. But if you want dibs at it, let me know. And so we kind of, got this relationship going. And we were friends back in college, and stuff. And we hadn't kept in touch as much, but it was so nice, getting back with her. And really, and she's a homeschool mom too, and with 3 or 4 kids. And, it's just a beautiful thing that this has become. And really gotten a lot closer, you know, in a lot of ways, but she handles the technology support and the IT part, which I am not good at. You know, we also are going to be having a newsletter that's going to be coming out once a month. So I have a newsletter writer that will be highlighting a teacher of the month. And eventually we want to build on that and eventually move to twice a month with more teachers listed as the platform grows and everything. So we do have a lot of things in store that are going to be happening. But yeah, so God has just, like I said, brought every person in my life at the exact time I've needed them.
Great. So you know that it's a work that the Lord's,
Mhm.
you know, guiding, and that's important too, because that gives you the wind in the sail, which you need.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's great. But it is a little bit of faith, right? You're kind of
Yeah.
going by faith right now, right?
I am nervous. I am not gonna lie. I am so nervous right now because, you know, what happens if this, you know, there's
Yeah.
a Usborne book out there called Jonathan James and the What If Monster. You know, what if I fall? And what if and this little kid, boy, goes throughout his day and do I climb that tree? Do I eat that thing
Mm,
on my plate of food that doesn't look good, but I might like it, you know? So there's all, yeah, I feel like Jonathan James right now.
yeah.
You know, spending that time in prayer and just, you know, talking to Jackie and talking to, you know, my resources and saying, hey, what about this? What about this? And, you know, answering those questions that come in. I'm bombarded with questions right now in a timely manner, just making sure everything gets answered and you know, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it, you
Great.
know, and it's just,
Well, I can tell you, I like to cheer. Okay. So I'm cheering for you. I don't think I could do what you're doing. That's why I said somebody needs to do this. Somebody needs to do this.
yeah,
So when I saw your video with Kelly, I'm like, let's get this, let's cheer, you know. So
yes.
I will definitely be spreading the word and letting people know. And hopefully, if people see this video, they might reach out to you. And the more people that you
Hmm.
know, are
We
able
need
to
kids.
connect with.
Yeah, we need kids. I know you know, the classes are going to start to be released on Monday, but you know, I have the teachers. I have 45 to
Right.
50 resumes sitting on my it grew. I got another like 7 to 10 resumes after the video this morning and everything else. Beautiful. I'm loving it. But I
Mhm.
need kids and
Right.
adults that want to take painting classes and you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, please feel free to spread the word and pray. That's
Yeah.
something that, you know, God is in control of this whole thing. It's a ministry for me. I'm not in it for the money. I want people to enjoy themselves. I want them to have fun, and I also want to be there to support people that need prayer, that, you know, are struggling with depression or, you know, anything in that. You know, we're not psychiatrists or not anything like that, but hey, if you want me to pray for you, let me pray for you.
Amen.
The
Yeah.
freedom to be able to say that, you know, and it's just, I'm tired of being silenced. I really, really am, and I'm just, yeah, it's gonna be good.
True.
It's gonna be so good.
Very true. And we need to be bold, you know,
Yeah.
because we you know, we want to be polite and we want to honor other people and, you
Hmm.
know, how they feel about things, but we can't just back into a corner because
Hmm.
we do have, when you have prayer, you
Yeah,
have everything, you know, you have
exactly.
power for so many things. So I just want to thank you so much for this endeavor, and I will definitely be praying for you. And I did go to your website, and as a teacher, you can go ahead and request to be considered to teach on the platform. I do have some knitting videos on my channel for
Okay.
knitting. Uh,
Hmm.
and I have taught on out school. I've taught, and I've met some unbelievably amazing
Hmm.
kids.
There
And
are.
I just love it. And but in person, like I would rather them sitting right next to me and do knitting, but I have done virtual, and it's
Hmm.
amazing how kids can pick up with it and how
Oh
you can
yeah.
use the camera to kind of show your hands and stuff like that. And so it does work and it does inspire, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm actually doing a craft class, camp kind of thing for out school right now. So I'm making things with
Very
young.
cool.
So
So, but I mean, I just to let everyone know, I am paying cash for everything on my own, which is why I'm starting with 13 teachers.
wow.
And I mean, I would love for a Christian company, investment company to come and say, hey, let me support you. I love what you're doing. So if anyone out there knows of any companies that, you know, want to help support this cause, you say they would be a good fit for this. let me know. And, I'd be more than happy to I've talked to founders of companies already and co-founders. I'm in love with this whole thing. I love people
Yeah.
and, and stuff. But yeah, I would love for, because as I get the money, it'll, I can hire more teachers because, I'm paying for the Zoom, I'm paying for the background checks, and that all costs money, and things are not going down anytime soon.
That's
Things
great.
keep going up. So
Wow.
yeah, because if I had the money, I'd hire 40 and just like that. I would. If I
Yeah.
had the money for it, I definitely would. But it takes time to build
Yeah.
that, and that I'm so thankful that you allowed me to be able to share this small opportunity to of what we're doing, and it's going to do well. It will do well. It's just making sure I have goals, making sure I'm spending that time in prayer and talking to the correct people and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, thank you so much for letting me
Well, thank you for
talk.
joining me on this video, and I'm excited for what's to come, and I will definitely be on the lookout to see how things are going, and definitely sharing. I have some grandkids. And that's the thing. I want people to know that virtual learning it's not like you're going to sit down in front of the TV at 8 and you're going to
Yeah.
be done at 3. You're going to pick a class, make it part of your day.
Right.
Maybe
And,
something that would break up your day, or
exactly. Like I do for homeschooling, I did, a grammar section for my oldest, and because I can teach grammar, but he wasn't understanding it. So I had a teacher online just live teach him with a group of kids, and he thrived. And, and it was just one class. It
yeah,
wasn't, every subject. You have control as a parent over that, or as a grandparent or uncle, aunt, whatever. And, I want people to be able to, like I said, have fun. Honestly, just have fun.
great. Thank you so much for coming on, and the best is yet to come, right?
Yeah, it is definitely there.
All right. Well, thank
So,
you so much. Have a
thank
great
you.
day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.